I mean, I don't even know where to start. For one, I want to say this is my rant, and this is probably going to be the only last time that I do this, depending on how real this shit is about to get. Yes, I'm very vulgar, and I'm passionate about this whole situation thing because shit is getting out of hand, and y'all need to wake the fuck up. Period. Like, y'all not seeing what's going on. Like, y'all really not seeing this shit. Like, so I'm gonna take y'all through some stuff. Like, far as the Ebola epidemic that's going on here in the U.S., right? Okay, the Timothy, what was his name? Timothy Duncan or whatever the fuck his name was, the guy who had it first, who died, blah blah blah, whatever. I mean, I don't know if he died or not. We never got any real information on the guy. Where did he work at? Anything. So this is supposed to be his nephew and his mom talking to, I think, CNN. Yeah, CNN about, him being in the hospital and they thanking everybody. But look at this shit. Like, you can't, if you don't know what a crisis actor is, woman or male, I'm going to let you see what it looked like.
Sending a message to her son. No, can you tell us what you
gotta look to the side. You gotta read the script.
I want to speak to him. I want to tell him hello. I want to.
She reading from a script.
For him every day and night. The family member, everyone of us will love him.
Look at her eyes. I ain't gonna even let it play because just what is she looking at over there? She was just looking straight. What's over here? You gotta have a script written out to thank the doctors for helping your son survive Ebola? Think about it. All right, so I want to talk about in Liberia where supposedly people are just falling and just dying in the streets. I mean, it's just death everywhere. So many people have just died from it, right? So why are they having to explain over there in Africa that Ebola is real? Why are they striving so hard to put up signs? They done came out with 2 different versions of a hit song about Ebola in Africa. And Africans do not believe that is real. But they're saying on our news stations, Ebola is real and there is just people dying in the street. So why are they trying so hard to convince Africans where Ebola supposedly is killing everybody that is real? Watch this.
Cecilia, good evening.
I think this is it.
David, good evening to you. That Ebola patient fighting for his life right here behind me. I spoke with his wife who is in quarantine right now. She told me today,
matter of fact, watch this. This is somebody who has the last stages of Ebola. Okay, he got the last stages of it, and this is somebody actually talking about it.
I put this up on his YouTube page. He's referencing this video, which was put up on the New York Times YouTube. Let's analyze a couple of these clips. Tell me what you think about that. I'll narrate. This kid in the green shirt has supposedly, according to this report, he's been brought here by his parents to this JFK hospital, dying of Ebola.
20-year-old Ibaga Steve Walk was sick. His parents went beside him. All signs point to the late stages of Ebola.
See, he's saying this is the late stages of Ebola. And this guy, that's supposedly his dad.
He won't be allowed inside.
They do a whole report with Doctors Without Borders. They get back to this guy. They show him again. Now look at this guy. He's the one that's moaning on the ground and horribly sick. Now watch him.
After a few hours outside.
Whoa, suddenly he's moving his head pretty fast. Doesn't look nearly as sick as before. And his eyes aren't red either. I've watched some of these other New York Times videos where they talk about what these people look like in their dying throes of Ebola. They have red eyes. They're pretty easy to tell apart from the rest of the crowd. That guy's out there moving around. Now, they show him again later. He's laying on the ground. They're saying people won't look at him because they think he has the virus. This guy comes out and says the hospital's full. Now watch this guy. Oh, look, now he's sitting up. And he's not nearly as sick as he looked before. He's definitely not moaning anymore.
Blanco was finally admitted.
Yeah, he's just hanging out there. And they're not being quarantined. They're not being questioned. Nothing. So I guess they just drop him off and walk away. Now, watch his dad leave the scene.
Hold on. Peep this shit, though. You didn't notice this man had anything in his hands, okay? Mind you, this is what the New York Times, a video New York Times did and posted on their actual website about this family and their son having the final stages of Ebola.
Look at his hand. Do you see that? Do you see what's in his hand? That's a wad of cash. So this guy's walking away now after he dropped that guy off who, no offense, he didn't seem all that sick later on in the video, and he didn't look like he was in the dying throes of Ebola. He didn't have the red eyes. He didn't have the hemorrhagic rash anywhere. He wasn't bleeding. He didn't have any of those signs. I get that Ben Salt.
All right, so enough of that bullshit. Period. I don't care what nobody say. That's bullshit. Straight bullshit. Now let me get to the signs. Where are they at? Look, they even got workers out here. Damn, if I can. Anyway, if it pop up, it pop up. They even have workers with Ebola.
And it goes on. This is not Ebola just a song.
Is real t-shirts. Like I said, they got the 2 hit songs over there. 2 different versions of it for the younger crowd and then for the older crowd. What else is on this one? That. Alright, now to this girl. Nina Pham, the first nurse who had Ebola after working on Thomas Duncan. She was in the hospital sick for 2 weeks, right? She was amazingly cured of Ebola, virus free. She didn't have it anymore. So not only did they not observe her for a couple days, they sent her straight to the White House. Why? Photo op for the president. They didn't even let people, the cameras and everything, they didn't even let people interview her or ask her any type of questions. They said, cameraman got it, Basically, they'll get information from pictures from this lady. Not send her ass home after she get out the hospital. Send her straight to meet Barack Obama. Wake up. All right, something else I want to talk to y'all about is why are they so focused on, Ebola? It's deadlier things out there that's killing way more people, way faster. Like last year, 600,000 people died of malaria. Why aren't they on malaria like that? And then, like I said, they're trying so hard to convince Africans that Ebola is real. And I've actually seen something to where Africans were saying that, when the Red Cross came over there and they were giving them vaccines, this is how Ebola came to play. This is how so many of them started getting Ebola, because of these vaccines that the Red Cross came over to give them. I don't know. Also, something that I wanted to say, is that they use these kind of things to control us. They use fear to control us. With fear, we will agree to anything. Just like we agreed to let them listen to our phone lines and our text messages and anything we do on our smartphones because of what happened in 9/11, which, if you don't know by now, it's an inside job, and foreign countries even know that it was an inside job. And they're laughing at America because they already know America ain't shit. I'm sorry to say it, but it's not. America is not what it was meant to be. It's supposed to be the land of the free. They want us to think that. We're not free. We have to take these vaccines. In 1940, kids only had to take 2 vaccines. Now, it's up to 14 vaccines before our kid hits 6 years old. They use this fear, I'm trying to tell y'all, to get whatever they want. They're trying to sell vaccines. And then on top of that, I was researching something else, and the vaccine is actually a mix of rabies and Ebola. I understand in foreign countries, there's a lot of, rabies is getting passed around a lot because, people's pets get them and they lick them, or, small children, anything. Like, I understand the rabies is a problem in, like, third world countries and stuff like that. But why would you mix them together like that? And then on top of that, these are clinical studies, okay? When a new pill or new hot medicine comes out, it has to have years of development and studies behind it before they can release it to the public. Now, with this Ebola vaccine that they're trying so hard to push to everybody, I'm talking about all the countries. They're bringing it up in the UN and everything. They're trying to push this to everybody. So many different countries has already pledged like $1 million or more to this. Now, again, with this rabies and Ebola vaccine, mix-up vaccine, whatever the fuck you want to call it, if they show signs of improvement, of course, they're going to push it. They're going to skip the clinical trials, and they're going to push it, and they're going to give it to everybody. Everybody's going to have to take it. Without even studying the repercussions of what can happen to people taking this virus. This vaccine, they haven't done any long-time studies over this. So what's going to happen? Who knows? Maybe we'll all die. And maybe, according to the Stones in Georgia, kill off 90% of the population. Maybe this is the plan. You can look up Ebola. Ebola was man-made. It was made here in the United States. How the fuck did it get over to Africa? For one, that's my number one question. Number two, how the fuck did the Simpsons, look it up, y'all, the Simpsons back in the day have something about Ebola before it even got out, before it even, my mind is like everywhere, yo. They putting fluoride in our water and we drinking that shit. You know what fluoride is for? Fluoride is for your teeth, and it's so healthy, and it'll make our teeth so much healthier. Why the fuck are we drinking it? Why are we drinking it? Not, spitting it out. Why are we drinking it? Putting it in our body. What else? Because I got a whole list of shit, okay? No, but crisis actors. Matter of fact, yeah, let me show y'all this. Since a lot of people think, the Sandy Hook's children, they were real, and it was just a massacre. Okay, so if it was such a massacre, everyone knows that different city, states, whatever, regions have to have a report of how many people died in such and such city, murders, car wrecks, whatever.